Hello, everybody. Mark at 100% Pure Elvis. Thank you for taking the time out to return to my channel today, and I hope this all sees you well. I'm doing something very different on my upload today. I'm sharing with you my complete collection thus far of my favourite Elvis Presley album, which is That's the Way It Is. So I'm going to share with you my complete collection of this great album. I have got it on 2 vinyls, I've got 3 CDs, and I've got a DVD and a VHS. So that's the way it is. The reason it is my favorite Elvis Presley album is because I remember when I listened to That's the Way It Is for the first time, I was just in awe of it, and the track listing, Elvis's vocals, song choices, to me, it stands out in my personal opinion as Elvis Presley's strongest album. Many people might disagree, many people might agree with me. We've all got our personal opinions, but to me, this is my personal favourite Elvis Presley album. Now, I'm going to start with this copy of That's the Way It Is. This is a reissue from 1983 to celebrate Elvis's 50th anniversary, it says there, and on the back it says 1983 RCA Records. And again, with it also being my favourite Elvis Presley album, it is also my favourite Elvis Presley front cover of any Elvis Presley album. I just think it's just absolutely stunning. I think the way Elvis stands there on the stage in front of his audience is just mesmerizing. I love that front cover image of That's the Way It Is. And I love the stylizing of the lettering across the top here, Elvis, That's the Way It Is. You know, he didn't need to use the name Presley anymore, did he? Just simply Elvis. That was all that was needed. And on the back, I loved the design on the back. So under each photo, you had a title of a song from the album. Now, the copy that I have here is catalogue number NL84114. NL84114. And as I was saying, it is a 1983 reissue with Elvis 50th anniversary sticker on the front. So let's hope you can see it at the bottom right there. It just say 1983. And again, let me talk you through the track listing. I Just Can't Help Believing, 20 Days and 20 Nights, How the Web Was Woven, Patch It Up, Mary in the Morning, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, You've Lost That Loving Feeling, I've Lost You, Just Pretend, Stranger in the Crowd, The Next Step Is Love, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Now, when I talk about the favourite songs on this album, it's very, very difficult for me to choose, but I absolutely do love the single I Just Can't Help Believing, 20 Days and 20 Nights, Mary in the Morning, but my favourite would have to go to his version of the Simon and Garfunkel song, Bridge Over Troubled Water. The way Elvis sings that song on this album is just sublime. And to me, when I hear it to me, it's difficult for me to say how I feel about it. It has a lot of meaning, and his diction in the way he delivers that song, I personally feel, is just mesmerizing. You've Lost That Loving Feeling, again, a cover version, makes it his own. But yeah, it's an album that I listen to over and over again, and I will never ever change my opinion on this being my favorite Elvis Presley album. You know, it's just, in my personal opinion, perfect. So let's share with you what's inside this reissue. And it's in its white sleeve, and it's on the silver and black RCA label there. Let me get that out. There we go. So you can see it all there. The black and silver RCA. And again, I haven't had this issue long in my collection, if I'm honest with you. Maybe 3-4 years. We need to get that back in. And yes, so again, that is the 1983 reissue of That's the Way It Is. And with the 50th anniversary sticker on the front there. I just love the back design. Absolutely superb. So the next vinyl that I have is very, very rare indeed. And by far, it is my favourite Elvis Presley record in my entire collection. It even surpasses the Follow That Dream records, the Friday music releases. And again, I paid a lot of money for this album, but it was worth every single penny. I actually remember I purchased this when I was in Ireland, in Galway. We were shopping in Galway, and there was a independent record store there, and this was in the Elvis Presley section, obviously. I was so happy. Oh, so happy. Now, if I remember correctly, I think actually, no, it wasn't. I think it cost me €54.99. So actually not that much, but this release now, you're looking at £150, £200 plus. Obviously, mine's open, but here we go. It is the Music on Vinyl 4LP edition of That's the Way It Is. I absolutely love it. Let me get closer in there for you so you can read that. There you go, the Music on Vinyl. I'm going to read that for you. It says, Elvis Presley, That's the Way It Is. Original album expanded with single versions and outtakes. LP3 and LP4 feature first release of complete concert from Elvis 1970 summer season. 13 tracks previously unreleased. 16-page booklet includes insightful new liner notes, rare photos and memorabilia, all on 180-gram heavyweight vinyl. The back of this is very different indeed to the previous. Another great image of Elvis there. And as you can see, it's on the Music on Vinyl via RCA Legacy. And it's a gatefold, which I will share with you in a moment. So I'm just going to get through the track listing across this fantastic set. So I'm going to do LPs 1 and 2 together, if you don't mind. I just can't help believing 20 Days and 20 Nights, How the Web Was Woven, Patch It Up, Mary in the Morning, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, You've Lost That Loving Feeling, I've Lost You, Just Pretend, Stranger in the Crowd, The Next Step Is Love, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Then we're going on to the original singles, I've Lost You, The Next Step Is Love, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, Patch It Up. And then we're going on to the outtakes, How the Web Was Woven, Take 1, I've Lost You, Take 1, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, Take 2, Patch It Up, Take 1, Bridge Over Troubled Water, Take 1. Now we're looking at LP 3 and 4. So LPs 3 and 4 is from the August 12th dinner show. That's All Right, I Got a Woman, Hound Dog, Heartbreak Hotel, Love Me Tender, I've lost you. I just can't help believing. Patch it up. 20 days and 20 nights. You've lost that loving feeling. Polk salad Annie. Introductions. Blue suede shoes. You don't have to say you love me. Bridge over troubled water. Suspicious minds. Can't help falling in love. And it's a gatefold. I know I've shared this with you all before, but to many people that might be new to my channel, let me get the other side out. Absolutely, such a great release. I'm going to share with you. I'm not going to get all the vinyls out because they're all exactly the same. So they come in their own white sleeves and they come on gorgeous 180 gram heavyweight vinyl on the orange RCA Victor there label, with the music on vinyl and RCA Legacy at the bottom. So all vinyls are the same. Get that back in. Get that back in there. I'm going to get the booklet out next. Right, that's in the booklet's in the middle part. So we've got the booklet here, exactly the same front cover. And on the back of the booklet, look at that, another great image of Elvis there. And let's go inside. Now, the first 2 pages, oh, superb. Look at this, I absolutely love that. I do have that on my phone. So on the left, we've got the studio recordings, and on the right, Showroom International. Good Morning Hollywood camera there. Oh, great. Oh, I love that red shirt Elvis is wearing there. The way he looked in these, oh, just superb. I love everything about That's the Way It Is era. Absolutely. We're going into the track listing, which I have spoken to you all about. There you go. On the more RCA Legacy releases there on the right, and I've shared the back with you. Get that back in the middle. Right, so the catalogue number for this rare release of That's the Way It Is on the music on vinyl is MOVLP 1218. MOVLP 1218. You're looking at £150 to £200, I would say. It is now quite rare, but go on to Discogs first, I would say. eBay, I haven't seen one on eBay, but I do know on Discogs that they do have some. I'm now going to go on to the CD. So this is the very first copy that I ever purchased of the album That's the Way It Is. It's got its original sticker down here, Elvis in the 90s. And on the reverse, it's got exactly the same track listing as the original album, so I don't need to go through the track listing for you all. The CD inside, oh, he says, as the slip falls out. There's the CD, and in rehearsals for That's the Way It Is, I love that shirt. I've got a similar shirt. I love shirts from the 1970s. I love loud shirts. And this is the little slip. I think if I remember correctly, yeah, it's got your lyrics to the songs. That's a great touch. There we go. And as I was saying, this was the very first copy of That's the Way It Is I purchased, and this CD was issued it actually says 1983 on the back. I don't know if that's correct, but share you here. It says here 1970, obviously, which was the original year, and then underneath it's got 1983. So I think that might have been when the CD was issued, one of the first CDs. And then we're going on to the Legacy edition on CD. So this has 2 CDs inside, and it is basically the CD version of the 4LP edition on the Music on Vinyl. So again, it has exactly the same track listing. I'm going to give you an opportunity to read it there. See what I mean? It's got exactly the same track listing and picture on the back. So this is just the CD version. There we go. And it's got its original sticker here. There we go, inside. Get them 2 CDs out to show you what's underneath. There we go. Now, the booklet that comes inside is a smaller version of the one that comes with the vinyl. Let me just get that out just to show you. So there, it's exactly the same booklet, but in a smaller version. So I won't go through that again with you all. But again, get that back in there. That is the RCA Legacy edition of Elvis, That's the Way It Is, on a 2-set CD. The next one is on 3 CDs. Elvis Presley, That's the Way It Is Special Edition. Absolutely love this box set. I remember when I purchased this brand new, I just played it to death. Absolutely. And on the back, so, well, I'll show you that in a minute. So Disc 1, Special Edition. Disc 2, The Concert. Disc 3, The Rehearsal. There you go. I'm going to show you. So, Disc 1. I love the CDs inside and these images of Elvis. 2. I love that. And 3. Right, so I'm going to talk quickly through each track listing on the CDs, if you don't mind. So Disc 1, as I was saying, is the special edition. I just can't help believing 20 Days and 20 Nights, How the Web Was Woven, Patch It Up, Mary in the Morning, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, You've Lost That Loving Feeling, I've Lost You, Just Pretend, Stranger in the Crowd, The Next Step Is Love, Bridge Over Troubled Water, Love Letters, When I'm Over You, Something, I'll Never Know, Sylvia, Cindy Cindy, Rags to Riches. Disc 2, we have That's All Right, Mystery Train, Tiger Man, Hound Dog, Love Me Tender, Just Pretend, Walk a Mile in My Shoes, There Goes My Everything, Words, Sweet Caroline, You've Lost That Loving Feeling, Polk Salad Annie, Heartbreak Hotel, One Night, blue suede shoes, all shook up. Little sister, get back. I was the one. Love me. Are you lonesome tonight? Bridge over troubled water. Suspicious minds can't help falling in love. And then finally, we're going on to disc 3. And that is the rehearsal. I got a woman. I can't stop loving you. 20 days and 20 nights. The next step is love. You don't have to say you love me. Stranger in the crowd. Make the world go away. Don't cry, daddy. In the ghetto. Peter Gunn theme. That's all right. Cotton fields. Yesterday. I can't stop loving you. Such a night. It's now or never. Now and then there's a fool such as I. Little sister, get back. I washed my hands in muddy water. Johnny be good. Mary in the morning. The wonder of you. Santa Claus is back in town. Farther along. And then finally, oh, happy day. Let's get this booklet shared. To the booklet. Again, look at that. Superb. Absolutely stunning. Rainbow effect. And I think for me, when I listen to That's the Way It Is, I'm still in awe of how good the album is to this day. I know when people talk about the album That's the Way It Is, it's always near the top of their favourite albums. And again, you can see why. The album is just outstanding. And again, what's your favourite Elvis Presley album? Share it in the comments below. I'd love to know which is your favourite Elvis Presley album, or don't you have a favourite Elvis Presley album? Do you love all of them? To me, of course, I love all Elvis albums, but my go-to is That's the Way It Is because of the special meaning it has to me. So that is the 3 CD special edition of That's the Way It Is. We're going on to DVDs now. So I've got the 2-disc special edition of That's the Way It Is. The standard one, purchase it at your local DVD retailer. Absolutely love That's the Way It Is. Documentary as well. Here's the DVDs inside. You don't get no slip inside here. And yep, it's absolutely love watch. I haven't watched it for a while, actually. I haven't seen this for a while. So again, over the weekend, while I'm off, I might have a watch of this again. That is the 2-disc special edition of That's the Way It Is. The next one is the DVD box set of That's the Way It Is. Here we go. There's the DVD box set. There we go, on the back. And I'm going to share with you what's inside. Inside we have exclusive numbered 4-track CD, reproduction cinema poster, 5 art cards. So the first thing is the poster. You all know what the poster is for That's the Way It Is. There you go. That's the poster. Again, you could quite easily frame that. This is the DVD again, but obviously it's in a slimmer casing. And it's a single disc. It's not your 2-disc special edition, it's just your single disc. You've got your booklet. So in the booklet, let's show us what's inside. Tells you everything about That's the Way It Is, movie documentary or concert film. There we go. And then you got your art cards. That's art card 1. Art card 2. 3. 4. And then finally art card 5. All great art cards. Get them back in. And then finally we've got the 4-disc CD here. And it's a limited edition. This one's numbered, well, 13253. And the track listing on That's the Way It Is EP we have, I Just Can't Help Believing, Patch It Up, Mary in the Morning, Bridge Over Troubled Water. I can't remember what the CD looks like. Oh, look at that. Yep. There you go. That's the CD. So we're nearly finished. Get that back in there, and the DVD and the movie poster and the lid. That is the DVD box set of That's the Way It Is. And the last one is exactly the same, but on VHS, believe it or not, and I've still kept it. So this is the VHS version. As you can see, limited edition VHS, it says here. On the back is exactly the same. I ain't going to share with you what's inside. It's exactly the same inside, obviously, except the VHS. So this is the VHS. Look how old style that is. Dear me. It's in immaculate condition. There you go, look. Dear me. I haven't looked in that for a while. You've got the same art cards. So you got the same art cards in the same. So, there we go. Get the right way up. You got the same art cards in the same booklet inside. And then you've got the same CD, but this one's got a lower number, 5688. So the reason of that was probably because the VHS was released first, maybe. I'm just guessing. I actually can't remember. So again, let's get them back in. That is the VHS copy of That's the Way It Is box set. So put that to one side. I just want to say thank you all for taking the time out to listen to me talk about my favourite Elvis Presley album today, That's the Way It Is. Again, for me, when I talk about Elvis Presley albums, I always, talk about my favourite being That's the Way It Is, and and it always will be. For me, the reason for that is because of the strong songs that are on the album and how Elvis's voice sounds. He's in magnificent form, and everything about the album brings back special memories for me. So that is why it's always at the top of my favourite Elvis Presley albums. Please share in the comments below, what is your go-to Elvis Presley album? Is there any particular Elvis Presley album you put on because that is the one you enjoy more than any other? Or are you someone that can just put Elvis on and it doesn't matter what album it is? I mean, I am the same. I can put any Elvis Presley album on and enjoy it, but That's the Way It Is my favourite by far. And again, there's some great albums by Elvis in the 1970s, 60s and 50s. But with my upbringing and background and the music I was listening to when I first started collecting Elvis, That's the Way It Is was the first Elvis Presley album that absolutely hit me, and absolutely love it. When I come off this upload, I'm going to listen to it again because I absolutely just adore it. So look, thank you all for taking the time out to return to the 100% Pure Elvis channel today. And I hope you've enjoyed this upload. If you want to ask any questions about my collection of That's the Way It Is, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments below, and I will reply to you all as soon as I possibly can. As always, please keep Elvis close to your hearts. Please keep on playing his music. That's most important to me. Let's share the love of Elvis, and lots of love, everybody. Speak soon. Bye-bye.